Moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster.
So Nyx is us in position 5, right? And you get to have a PA with you. Now, Nyx is like a little bit weird because he is not the greatest position 5, right? He benefits a lot from gold and XP. And you get none of this in the position 5 role, right? But the most important thing is understand itemization a little bit, okay? Understand itemization. And what you will itemize with is what you'll face against. So what do you think, like watching, let's say it's a pub, even though it's a tournament game, what do you think you will face?
I will face CK.
Yeah, CK, right? That's the most
Yeah.
important thing, CK, because Void can be position 3, right? So what is CK as a hero? High damage, high sustain hero, right? Because this spell is absolutely busted. It's just too much written, right? Too much written, okay? So when a CK is on top of you, can you just fight him back?
No, not at all.
It's impossible,
I can't
right?
probably not even harass him.
And the reason why I said, what will you lane against? And you said CK end, and the end just doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if it's Disruptor, it doesn't matter if it's like AA, right? So the moment you have this, right, do you as an Nyx assassin and PA synergize at all together?
I mean, I think a stun in lane is always nice, but there's no specific great synergy between Nyx and PA.
Perfect. The best thing that you can get out of is some slow, so you'll just hit your impale, and well, that's it. But this is not enough to deal with a CK, right? So, do you trade good with AA or Disruptor as hero? What do you think?
To be honest, I think Nyx is very weak in trading in general, but I couldn't tell you about those specific matchups.
The answer is that you get to trade really good with pretty much anyone because you have insane regen as a hero. Do you see this 3.9? This is your natural regen. Okay, so here's a good advice that I can give you. You don't really, let's say PA versus CK, it's also pretty bad, but it's still 1v1 matchup, right? It's still 1v1 matchup. So these guys are just gonna fight here for the creep wave, and you should be here just messing around with Disruptor or AA, depends who's the position, because you get to trade fine with them, right? Does it make sense?
Yes, it makes sense that I really
So
hope that's what we see me doing in a moment.
Come again? Sorry?
Yeah, that's I understand that, and I hope that's what we will see in a moment. That I try.
So that being said, the fact that you want to trade with him, maybe get some stick, right? A little bit food for thought, maybe get some stick. Maybe you get, something like, maybe you go for Urn of Shadows, so going for something like Ring of Protection can be good, right? And I love 2 mangoes on the hero, because with 2 mangoes, if you go here and you type mango, right? What you end up doing, mango, hello, is you actually have 1 point extra regen. So if you have only 3 tangos and 2 mangoes, you have like infinite regen. So what you want to do is trade here with the other support. Just don't be careful of the Chaos Knight to connect with you, because Chaos Bolt and the Blink can be a little bit sneaky, right? So we know that this is a bad lane, and we know that no matter what you do, what you want to do is like drag the attention away from PA. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure PA gets level 6 so she can go jungle, because level 6 will allow her to go and farm. Make sense? Without level 6, just she doesn't kill jungle creeps really fast. Make sense? So you want to get level 6 on PA as fast as possible. So, and on top of that, you want her to be safe. Be under tower all the time, because if she's under tower, she's not in danger. That means stack and pull, deny as much XP as possible, mess up with the Disruptor, and if you can just mess up over here and just be as annoying as possible, you get the idea? Stack and pull. So if you drag the pull and you just creep, deny creep waves all the time, the creep wave is going to be here all the time. This is a safe lane. If she's under tower, she will not die 100%. And just try to drag the attention away from the other support. And this is what you should do fundamentally the moment you see this Chaos Knight, right? Now, there are ways that you can win lanes, even like that, right? there are two things that you need to abuse. Level 2 power spike, if you get level 2 before them, okay? If you get level 2 before them, then you can just jump on this disruptor and kill him. Makes sense? Because you have then 2 spells, and 2 spells on PA, it's just so easy to do that, right? And the second thing is, if you find a 2v1 scenario, like this guy over here, this guy's alone, okay? You just saw disruptor over here. So the fact that you just go there is really beautiful, right? So the moment you find this type of scenarios, that's really great. Ideally, I would just like go there and just mess up with this guy as much as possible. But what you did there is also really good, right? If you want to fight for the lane until level 2, then you can do so. Nice. That's perfect what you do. And I like how you just disengage. And you see that you don't really get that much damage. You have infinite... and also try to stack this way, because this guy just unblocked it, right? The way to win the offlane, and I say that from their perspective, right? The way to win the offlane is like push a lane, side pull, actually. Push a lane, side pull, and then the creep wave is going to come here, and they can create a safe lane situation. And it's impossible for you to deal with that. And if you go pull, then this PA farming here is just in big danger. So we like this, we want this big camp to be blocked all the time. Okay? Otherwise, they can just pull, side pull, and just the lane is just going to be under their tower. Make sense? Okay. And also 2 salves, it's a bit overkill, and being honest, Carapace makes a lot of sense this game, because you can just get to mess up with this Batrider later on. But a piece of advice would be maybe get mana burn just to mess up with this disruptor. Because if I'm just gonna show his number. If you just burn his mana, actually he has quite some mana as a hero. Then he has no mana to deal with, and he'll have to waste a couple of mangoes for that, right? And the cooldown on your mana burn is actually quite big, right? It's quite big, but I'm just gonna show numbers. But it is not as big as, by the time you have mana burn again, you will not have enough mana for Thunderstrike, is what I'm saying. So you can just definitely keep this guy off mana. That will leave a lot of pressure on your Phantom Assassin.
Yes.
Right? It's not like Carapace is bad. Maybe, because Carapace level 1 is a joke, level 2 is really good. So you might go 2 levels Impale, 1 level Mana Burn, 2 levels Spiked Carapace, so you can mess up in the future, sacrifice 1 level on the Impale, instead, so you can mess up with Batrider later on. And the reason why I talk about the mid game already is because the laning stage is just, nothing is about to happen, Perfect. Beautiful. Really good understanding. Right? It's really beautiful that you stack and pull. It's beautiful, right? The most important thing is not only you deny full creep wave here, is that you should let this guy get free XP here. Do not suck XP, Where's the second salve that you have? Oh, okay.
Probably gave it to
Yeah. No. He just cancelled. It's fine. Just let him get XP right now, honestly. Just don't suicide also. Okay. What they do here is just so, let's say, stupid out of them. This guy's just getting level 6 here. With level 6, maybe you can just fight, honestly. Nice. 2v1 scenario. Do you see that? It's really beautiful out of them. This is like mainly one of the reasons why I suggest maybe when you trade with someone, make sure that the other player cannot connect. And this is like really beautiful. I don't know if that was intended, but all of a sudden PA connected, right? So that's still a 2v1, because CK is, kind of there. It's really beautiful execution. Nice. Perfect. I don't know if you do it consciously, but I want to show that this is what happens if you constantly say, you know what, lane is going to be rough, I'm going to get you level 6 because level 6 is your power spike. This PA could be a Phantom Lancer or a Draw Ranger, for example, because they have the similar power spike, level 6, right? And all of a sudden, you you give him level 6, And I like this pull a lot. You could also stack and pull, as long as you don't right click, because jungle items, right? You can just take jungle items. So pulling at 7 minutes in is really important. You should always do that, with one exception, right? If there is a huge creep wave under your tower, you might as well not pull that, because then if you have a hero like PA, maybe she can just deal with that, but a hero like PL or Draw Ranger will struggle a lot, right? They will receive a lot of damage. Okay, I think you go back to that lane, but I just don't see your contribution right now. Honestly, I think PA is just fine right now. PA is just fine right now. You might as well just TP here, for example, and make some stacks, because you have a Phantom Assassin with a Magnus, so you have to invest in the future, right? Invest in the future. I just don't see what you, how much you, let's go back, how much you offer. So you get to TP here, but what is your contribution? Okay. This is what I'm saying. Maybe if you were to TP on the outpost and just make a double stack or a double stack, you get the idea. Because your Phantom Assassin can just can easily farm stacks, because he has a Magnus.
I see that. Yeah, now I just took like a minute of rotation without really contributing anything to the lane.
The thing that, you know, hurt me, let's say, the most, after you take the skill, I'm gonna break down, is this. For all I know, something might happen in the mid lane, and when you get to play versus Batrider, okay, you know as support many times, because your position 2 will always scream at you, and many times you have right? Batrider is so annoying as a hero to play against. They will ping at your TP and says, why is this on cooldown, right? Why, like, he's gonna get dived at some point, you know? Why is it just on cooldown? And when you get to play with versus some heroes in the mid lane, and I'd say that coming from the mid lane mentality right now, you need to know that this is about to happen. I can't waste it. I understand why you would TP 3 minutes into the lane, but not 8 minutes in, because there's no contribution. The lane is won. You won the lane, you know? By won, you mean, they didn't win. They're supposed to win the lane, and they didn't, so that's a victory. It's a Chaos Knight, and look at the net worths, right? This is a stomp, right? Because you outplayed them. I don't know if that happened unconsciously, but you get the idea, right? So you tipping there, I just don't see how you contributed. This on cooldown. For all I know, this guy can get dived right now. Fundamentally, this might happen. That means, what if he gets dived? He might get dived, he might not, but you don't know that. But just because it might happen, you need to be ready.